was very nice to see you all, everyone. Yeah.
So lovely to see you.
I'm excited for Parikamas. Very
Yes.
forward.
We can't wait. It's so, so exciting. So, Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj has asked us to take care of this wonderful Zoom that's happening. And I'm today, and I'm very sorry about that, but I feel so grateful and happy that I got my friends here so we can do this together. And just want to send our humble obeisances to you all, and we can start off with Vandana and then take it from there. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudhapadakamam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parigana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Balam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Scha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavijanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So, Govinda, Govinda.
Don't imitate the
Yeah, so just to recap, Srila Madhusudan Maharaj is currently in the sky flying to Hungary, and we're just taking care of this Zoom today. And actually, one thing I wanted to start with is I've been reflecting so much on the beauty of friendship in Krishna consciousness. And actually I've been thinking, like, friendship, what does that mean? What does it mean to have a friend in Krishna consciousness? And it really is sadhu sangha, good association, devotees in your life that uplift you and help you and inspire you and encourage you to pursue the positive, pursue what is really truly meaningful in life. And to get to have those personalities in your life is such a blessing, and it is really invaluable. And I've just been thinking so much about that, about how important it is to seek those persons out, those devotees, so sadhus out in your life, and try to spend as much time with them, try to serve them, try to hear from them, and try to help them. And because really, once you have that in your life, it really can make such a world of difference. And it can be most encouraging and uplifting. So and really, Abi and Keli now being here in London is why I'm reflecting like this and feeling so grateful that they're here and in it together as a group. So, and just one example of how sweet and special that is the morning programs, the morning and evening programs that we get to have together. And one reflection I had recently, I mean, something happened the other day where I believe Abinava Prabhu was reading something in the morning, and it struck me so much. It was such a important message, but I was wondering, why am I hearing this morning? Why is it that why are these words coming to me?
Which you said that you think a lot about the morning and evening program.
Yes.
That's the medicine of Gurudev.
Yes, and that's what I was feeling, actually, that actually those programs are like our Gurudev instructing us and helping us. But so in the morning I was thinking, why am I'm hearing this for a reason. I have to hear this. And in the evening, like in the evening after my day and things happened, that was my medicine. It was what helped me.
Practical.
Was practical, and it was what helped me harmonize with what happened during the day. And it was so stark, such a stark realization that, Gurudev is helping us so much. He these words, the divine words that we're hearing every morning, they're heavy. They're weighty, substantial, and there to encourage and nourish us. And yet again this morning, what we
I was just gonna say, so it's alive, like, and how often, like, wherever we are, whether we're at home or we were observing that a lot in Thailand at the festival, we're discussing something and then we open up the Chaitanya Charitamrita that morning and there it is.
Or vice versa.
Or and then we're reading from one book and then you go on to the next book after the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it's the same thing. Like we see again and again, and we're reminded it's a living current. Guru is everywhere, and but so just keep going.
It's so beautiful, and it's an amazing sometimes how in sync our reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is with the following book that we're reading. Sometimes it's just completely complementary, and it reminds me of how the Vaishnavas how they live in reality, and how they actually really see the environment as completely favorable and helping, just so friendly. And
they're not disturbed.
No,
because they're seeing things in the correct way.
Right.
Which leads into your
exactly.
thoughts on this morning.
Exactly. Right. So this morning, yet again, we were having such a sweet and lovely morning program. And one thing that really resonated so much with me was when we were reading, actually many things in Chaitanya Charitamrita as well. But when we were reading The Search for Sri Krishna, Reality, the Beautiful, Srila Guru Maharaj's gorgeous, glorious book, we were reading that about how in Goloka Vrindavan, actually, there is no doubt. There is no suspicion. It doesn't exist. No one even knows what that is. And there is no tendency for cheating or any of that. And therefore, everyone operates from a place of simplicity and straightforwardness. What you see is what you get. It's sort of like there is no dupliciousness, there's no duplicity, and
how sweet that is.
It's such a relief. It feels like such a relief that actually a world exists where there is no calculation, there is no kind of planning or any of that. The flow that's happening is simply sweet, loving, and caring for everyone. And then we were just chatting about that, and so many lovely things came from that conversation during the program and after as well. And one thing that Abinava Sundar Prabhu said, that actually Srila Gurudev, he was like that. He actually exists in that world, and so we were able to, by some inconceivable mercy, get a touch of that, you know, and see what that's like when someone is like that. And it reminds me of the definition of a sadhu, where mind, word, and deed have completely aligned. And so there is, you know, even just to align mind and word is a big achievement. But what to speak of everything aligned, and that's a sadhu. They're pure, and they are clean, they're honest and transparent and straightforward.
And you were saying about that point about Gurudev, that he always saw, like, he would his dealings with everybody is he took them at face value, not suspicious himself.
That's what he said. It was his fault. That's his fault, was that he sees, believes everyone, that what they say, that's what they mean, and that's what they will do. And, you know, but it's difficult. Like we may have good intentions, but it's often difficult. We've got, I know, I speak for myself, not acting purely, and then I've got my own issues that I'm carrying on. But Gurudev didn't. He's not looking at any of our faults, and so he's just seeing the ideal or the enthusiasm or the intention that we're trying to approach, and he's just seeing that and going, yes, I can use this in service. Because everything Gurudev is only thinking about, how can I serve, you know, Guru Maharaj, and everything from the environment. I mean, this is, you know, Yukta Vairagya, really, right, isn't it? Is that you accepting everything and making it favorable for the service of Guru and Gauranga. And so that was, we saw that was Gurudev's life 100% of the time. And that anyone who did any service for his Guru's mission, this is Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, is Srila Maharaj, you know, and so Gurudev is saying, anyone who's serving to Guru Maharaj, then I'm their slave. He's really, and these are not lip deep words, these are substantial truths, really. It's not just, they're not just words. It's like he's the one who can actually make our offerings worth something. He will offer them to Guru Maharaj, and then they will have value. If Gurudev offers them to Guru Maharaj, they will have value. You know, we can think whatever we think, but
he can transform that offering into something that's
what makes it
offerable.
Reality. And Gurudev gave access for the whole Western world to Guru Maharaj. And you know, still, we have to understand that that's reality, is that we're not talking about historical situations. When we're talking about the transcendental realm, we talk about, you know, Krishna consciousness, and that's all in consciousness, and this and that, la la la. So what does that mean? It means that our gurus are eternally existing and eternally giving their mercy. Like Gurudev would always say, we need to learn how to be able to receive. We need to work out how to be better receivers. So we can still receive. The receiving doesn't finish because Gurudev left the plane where we could see him with our mundane eyes. We don't want to see him with our mundane eyes, right? We want to see him in our transcendental reality, and then he can give us that vision, like in the Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra saying to Krishna, "Oh, let me see, fix my eyes so I can see what's going on. I want to see your form," But Krishna says you don't need to have eyes to see. I say you see, you will see. It's got nothing to do with the material vision. So, and Chakshudana Dilaje in that kirtan, and Gurudev, and the Guru is clearing all misconceptions so that we can actually see from our, on that spiritual platform.
And then there was a quote here that relates to that.
Where's that from?
This is from Subjective Evolution of Consciousness. Says, in the highest sense, Krishna is Guru, who can remove all our doubts and satisfy all our inquiries. Because you're saying, like, we're full of so many doubts. Why are we not surrendering wholeheartedly to the Lord? Because we have so much self-interest still. And then we're doubting, just unlimited doubts. And therefore we continue to see everything with a maladjusted vision. And then we're approaching everything from that maladjusted standpoint. And he's saying, so who can remove all our doubts and satisfy all our inquiries? It is Krishna alone. Gradually our faith will develop and take us to the one who can clear all our doubts. We may have doubts upon doubts. One doubt may go and thousands of doubts may come. Right? This is natural on the path. We may have doubts upon doubts. One doubt may go and thousands of doubts may come, but Guru is one who can clear all of our doubts. Vidyate hridaya grantish chidyanti sava sangshayaha, from Srimad Bhagavatam, who can do away with all the suspicions in our mind. It is he who is full. In this way we must progress. This is the birth of
yeah, but anyway, that's good.
Yeah.
You can continue reading that.
The birth of our faith may be in intellectualism, but its goal is transcendental. The birth of our search and its destination will come to meet together. The birth of faith is from the potency of Krishna. The birth of faith is from the potency of Krishna, and after moving through the whole of the infinite, it will come again to the potency where we will take our eternal position. I mean, it's just, and it goes on, and it's just so many beautiful comments on that. And then, I don't know if you want to read another one, but there's another nice quote on suspicion. And it's been our discussion this morning, like about, on this topic.
About doubt, about doubting this world and how there's no doubt there and everything. Here we feel cheated, right? Because we're all self-centered. We're not seeing the Lord as the center. We're seeing ourselves as the center, and what's happening to me and how am I getting affected by things in the world, and how do I see Krishna consciousness, and how do I this and I that, and how do I progress, and how do I, I. So we need to somehow adjust that so that the Lord is in the center.
And then this is, I think, do you want to?
Yeah,
this is from.
This is this section that we were reading, and it was interesting because when this question about doubt came up, then Abhi was asked about, like, so how do we do away with this doubt? And then a discussion happened between Keli and Abhi, and it was Sachi. And one thing that came up was like that actually just very effective way to place these kinds of misidentifications and misperceptions was that it's all related to the body, right? Actually, this material existence and expression is like in the body, in the mind, intelligence, and they're all creating these false filters of what's really happening. Reality is dancing, it's happening super joyfully and full of love, but actually because I'm so situated in all of these misidentifications, I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing doubt. I'm seeing suspicion. And really, that doesn't exist for the Vaishnava. They see only good. The Paramahansa Vaishnava sees the environment is completely friendly. I remember this beautiful thing that in Gaudiya Darshan, a story about, just how a graveyard was perceived by the Vaishnava, and these crows like flying over these like dead bodies. And how did the Vaishnava perceive it? Oh, the mridanga can be made from these like, like really like revolutionary perception of the environment in connection with seva. And so anyway, I thought it was really really helpful that to see the body as an unhelpful filter, actually.
Yeah, and that we're not the soul is existing separate to that.
Yes.
Always.
And it can be utilized in service.
Yes.
But if
it's
or if we're allowing it to then control our activities, then we have to use the intelligence to try and be discerning, to try and maintain that association that's going to actually help our true self and not just pacify any emotions that may be coming as a result of interacting with the environment.
So this is the bit that we were reading. Because doubt is absent in the spiritual plane, no cheating is possible. It is a simple, direct transaction. No, as in K-N-O-W. In that transcendental plane, everyone is a confidential friend, and they are stainless in their conduct. No cheating tendency is possible there. So there is no suspicion. Here we are in the plane of misunderstanding and doubt. So we want to examine everything. We are living in a vulnerable and vitiated plane. I don't know what vitiated means. Where people cheat one another. We cannot rely on others, for they may deceive us. But where cheating is unknown, transactions are very simple and straightforward. So no reason is given for suggestions that come down from that plane. Now the question arises how to attain that sort of true, comprehensive, and non-deceptive knowledge.
And that was Pandita's question this morning. Before we got to the question, Pandita already had the question. And then we read a bit further and realized, Guru Maharaj is now posing the question.
In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. To learn knowledge above mortality, you must approach a self-realized soul. Accept him as your spiritual master and take initiation from him. Inquire submissively and render service unto him. Self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you, for they have seen the truth. And it's so lovely because that was actually like the discussion that happened after was really, it's all Gurudev's grace. through Gurudev's grace, anything is possible. The impossible is possible. Even doing away with my doubt is possible by his grace. And so we're completely dependent on grace. It is not something that we can actually do away with doubt. It is by the mercy and grace of the Vaishnavas that may happen, hopefully happen one day.
Yeah, and how much capacity do we have to, read the environment in reality and, adjust ourselves? And like we hear all these things about how everything's perfect and we need to adjust ourselves and blah, blah, blah. But we can't do that on our own. We need intervention. And that's why we have our gurus, because they are the ones who are seeing clearly. We're not seeing clearly. So we're trying, but it's our attempt to try to apply ourselves into these. But again, like through the practices, our guru's given us this, mantra. We chant the mantra. We try to surrender. We're, doing all the worship, all the different things. We have to be in a surrendered mood. We need to be doing all these things, but we have to be surrendering in a surrendered mood, and our gurus are the ones that we are trying to take shelter of. Yeah,
I'll just make
Yeah,
a quick
please.
little
Yeah,
point, and then
okay.
and just that point that we exist for the Lord, like we exist for the satisfaction of Sri Guru and Sri Guranga, and to consider ourselves, Guru Maharaj has said, as a player, to be utilized by the upper world, right? And there's this nice quote in Loving Search for the Lost Servant, Guru Maharaj saying, while ignorant, we may be concerned for many things that have no value, but actually it is as in play. So many parties are playing. One must win, another must be defeated. But we are told that we must accept victory or defeat in the mood of a player. And everything is the play of Krishna. He is playing his Leela. When we think that something is a great loss or gain, we are not seeing the Leela of the Lord. Then we are outside the divine flow. We are not in harmony with the flow of Leela. Then it appears that reality is not his Leela, and we find some other reason for being. We see some other objects, conceive of relative interests, and find loss and gain, victory and defeat, and so many other misconceptions. But everything is his Leela, and that is Nirgun, without fault. In that plane, everything is all right. Everything is perfect. Every inch of movement there is fully perfect.
Jai.
And then that's, we have to also accept that plane means reality, and we're not outside of reality. We are a part of reality, so we're not disassociated.
But his reality, though.
Yeah, but that's right. But we're also, we're all, however far away we are from his reality, we are part of it. So it is just a matter of adjusting ourselves to get into the flow of his reality. We're actually in the reality. We're just not necessarily in the flow of the reality. We're like in a river. Then there's these little streams that go off the river, and they don't go anywhere, and they can be stagnant little pools there. And we're kind of like, well, I can speak for myself, off in a stagnant pool. But somehow we need to, swim out of the stagnant offshoot of the river and try to get into the flow. We are there. We're part of it somehow. It's a chincha.
And the process is Harinam Sankirtan.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how we can
Yeah.
get closer to the positive flow that's happening.
Clean our hearts and be drawn upward. And do you want
We were wondering if anyone has any questions for Avi or Keli.
or any comments? Any comments? Questions for Rasa, Mayi, Pandita, Devi, Dasi?
Well, I have something to say. First of all, dandavats to everyone. It's very early here this morning, so I hope my voice is working. Last week, right at the end, Madhusudan Maharaj said, we'll save what Mayeshvari has to say for next time. So, but interestingly enough, it still very much relates to where you guys started this morning. And that is with, sometimes how we have thoughts and then we hear, a reading, or last week in this early morning group, the topic came up of purity. And I had just been really contemplating the purity of this line and how grateful I am that it is in my life, And I did not have the honor of meeting Gurudev or Guru Maharaj, but of course my daughter-in-law was initiated by Gurudev, and my son and my grandchildren are very active in the temple in Santa Cruz. So I have this beautiful influence in my life. So I'm coming to know these great souls, via the association of all of you. But I also want to honor Madhusudan Maharaj, who really carries the torch in such a pure way. I have been very struck by his kindness, his, truthfulness, his giving honor to others, his tolerance, which is what everyone teaches. So, yes, the purity of the line is something that really guides my heart.
Jai. It's like music. It's just a very, 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 very beautiful and true expression that is definitely something that we can sing along with. And
Yes.
Resonates with the heart.
I was going to say, that goes without saying, but why let it go without saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when-
because he's so modest.
Yeah.
I mean, I even wondered, when I saw that he wasn't here today, I hope he watches the recording. But I thought, okay, now I can say it because I know he's so humble.
Yay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
would I say it to him? I don't know, because I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing, that we can say it to each other and we can share, because it is something that really bubbles in our hearts, and we do actually want to be able to express that to each other.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And we do want to broadcast that in the world. Like, it is the happy, joyful, and wonderful news, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he is carrying the torch of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj so
Beautiful.
beautifully, triumphantly, and
With
you say
dignity.
with dignity in all circumstances, and absolutely accessible to everyone all the time, and is the well-wisher of all of us, and has always been, actually. For decades he has been very consciously the well-wisher of
Everyone.
all of the disciples around the world. Like Gurudev said to Guru Maharaj, when Guru Maharaj was saying, but I'm so elderly now, which way can I start to take on all these disciples that are coming? I'm not going to be able to look after them. and Gurudev said, I will take care of them. And so it's by Gurudev making that promise actually to Guru Maharaj. And we were reading the other day that Gurudev saying, you heard him saying, I want to serve with all of my being 24 hours a day, the Vaishnavas, the disciples of Guru Maharaj. That's
And
my
the God
existence.
brothers.
And the God
God
brothers.
Yeah.
But now also we have we can't take it for granted that we have Srila Madhusudan Maharaj that has been for decades actually completely serving all of the servants of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. And because of him, we were able to come closer to Srila Gurudev in Navadip. Because of him, we were given some opportunity to try to offer some little bit of service. Because of him, we were adjusted to how to even be tolerated in the holy dham. Because of him, we go on and we can still perceive the bright light of Srila Gurudev and Guru Maharaj and know that is the current, it's there, and this is how it's coming down. There's no alteration, there's no deviation, it's clear, perfect, precise, and anyways,
Affectionate.
perfect.
But anyway,
We can go on and on
Yeah.
and on and on and on and on.
but he will be embarrassed. He'll have to watch
He
this
might
later.
have tuned out.
And he's such a Vaishnava that he really doesn't want that kind of
Right.
But the other point is,
and makes it always about Gurudev. and
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
yeah, like Mayeshvari was saying before, that you're saying, oh, it's through us that you're knowing about Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. But that is the way. That's how we know, is through Madhusudan Maharaj and through all the devotees. Like all the devotees have got, some different relationship with Srila Gurudev, and it's all valuable because everyone loved Gurudev so much that it was their heart's connection, and that heart connection was coming to Gurudev from so many different angles. They use that analogy like it's a gem and there's so many different facets, and so everyone is looking at a different facet from a different angle, and all of those angles have value and they all have unique beauty. So then we want to hear from all the devotees on their way that they're having that vision and that relation, and adding beauty to beauty, and really that is the. I mean, we see so in Mahaprabhu's pastimes, it's all about the Vaishnavas, about trying to be in the association of the Vaishnavas, and also in an appropriate way, like not just being physically present doesn't mean association. It means being appropriate in the association of the Vaishnavas, and contributing something with humility, not like we've been reading in the Chaitanya Charitamrita right now. Vallabha Bhatta, he came to Jagannath Puri to see Mahaprabhu, and he's trying to assert his own commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. And, Mahaprabhu is kind of like tolerating a little bit, but then gives him a bit of a slap, and he's kind of really got all upset about it, but then he finally realized, oh, actually, Mahaprabhu is adjusting me for my own benefit, because it's not, my ideas are not necessarily, we need to give honor to the substantial revealers of the Bhagavatam. And so, it is through the devotees. So that in that way, we need to come into the association of the devotees with humility and with a service mood, not with an assertive mood.
And in the chat, Savarupa, Devi Dasi, ever
Vigilant.
our researcher, always supplying Maharaj with the
Yeah.
ingredients to well, contribute, support what he's saying. So she's posted here what we were reading. So if anyone wanted to go back and see, and then she's posted the
shloka.
Tadvidi Pratipalina, and then did we read that one? Oh, yep. Oh, you've been busy. And then Rasa DD has also posted. Do you want to?
Oh, that's so sweet. True friends. How are we to come out of this vicious cycle and attain the fulfillment of our life? Our only friends are those who are carrying this information to the public. The absolute center is love, Jai. Our best friends are those who are on such an errand.
Yes.
All other seeming friends should be dismissed. They should all be dismissed if we are sincere. Now, this will be the form of our progressive life, to move towards that center. And for that, there must be elimination and new acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
In this way, leaving behind all other formalities, the inner spirit must make us mad to advance further towards him.
Mm.
That's from Divine Aspiration. That's so beautiful. So grateful for that gorgeous quote. And that's really like accepting the favorable and rejecting the unfavorable. We have to make room, you know, for the favorable to come into our lives by eliminating the things that are obstructing and not favorable. And it's a continuous thing that's super necessary for progress.
Yeah. And to sacrifice those things as an offering as well. Like Sevarupa Didi saying, but only by the mercy of Srila Gurudev and the Vaishnavas. And who is this? Who is Vasil? Who? Okay. And Dandavats to Vasil Prabhu.
Dandavat.
Does anyone else? I just wanted to make a little quick thing that Mayeshvari DD, you were saying about you were saying that you didn't have the fortune to meet Srila Govinda Maharaj in person. But it made me just think, but at the same time, we're told that our masters in the upper world, we're not unknown to them. You know, like the song that we sing in the morning, Bajare, Bajare Ama. Like, you know, always remember those personalities. If we want to serve in that land, if we want to develop love for Krishna, for Gauranga, then remember these dear associates of Mahaprabhu, of Krishna, like, because they are our well-wishers. And even though we might not be able to physically see them in front of us, from that upper plane, they are extending their mercy to us. So Gurudev said, I'm always with you. Like, it means not just during that time that he was physically here. And Srila Madhusudan Maharaj is always saying he's giving initiation on behalf of Srila Gurudev. He's connecting everybody with him, with Guru Maharaj. And it doesn't mean just an idea. It's a living thing. And you'll see, actually, we've had that experience like when we, let's say, Maharaj might not appreciate this, but in Sokel at the Pushpa Samadhi there of Gurudev, or in Villa Govinda, sitting there, or in Govardhan, Maharaj, when he's sitting there, it's very evident he's talking to Gurudev. you know, it's not something in the past. It's is actually giving a real-time living connection with Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. And we can feel confident about that. We are, not unknown to them in the upper world. So, but anyways,
And it reminds me also about the different sides of the gem, right? Also, like, it's so beautiful also to hear about the glories of our Guru Varga through Vaishnavas, right? To hear, you know, different perspectives and angles, and it increases and enhances the appreciation. I did. Okay, sorry, you were gonna say something. I think maybe Mayeshvari DD.
Yeah, this summer when Bhakti Lalita visited SoCal, my daughter-in-law, Vaidehi, I had never heard her open up the way she did about Gurudev. I mean, it just came pouring out of her, the stories, and it was so sweet. And I realized just, you know, how much she carries within her of that flame, you know. So I'm going to see her again in January for her birthday, and I will get her talking by the fireside, telling stories. So, yeah.
So beautiful, and it's very. It reminds me of an experience I had with Keli Kadambanana DD, that I met and remember her from time spent in Navadip Dham, and many years later, we just sort of relatively recently reconnected, and we got started about, like, you know, memory and remembrance, and how can we try to remember all of these beautiful time with Gurudev. And, you know, because Krishna is remembrance and forgetfulness, and it can be mysterious. And then I'm always finding, and that was my experience talking to Keli also, how when being with the Vaishnavas and connecting with the Vaishnavas, having their association, it's not something external. It's something very deep, and it's something beyond time and space. And through their association, by having time hearing their hearts and seeing how they maneuver, remembrance comes, you know, and memories will pop up by Gurudev's grace. And that's why everything is association. Srila Gurudev says 99% of our spiritual life is association. So when we get to have that, all kinds of magic in heaven and all kinds of, you know, big transformations can occur.
And why the hearts of the devotees are so precious. Like you were saying the other day, we're trying to think, how many disciples could there be of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj in the world? And we were sort of saying, let's say if it was 4,000, it would be 0.00001% of the population. You know, so it's so rare. Any and everyone that has some little aspiration to know Krishna, or to speak of dedicate their lives to.
You're through in the line of Gurudev and Guru.
Right. Then, like, we want to actually, I mean, it's
encourage that and
that, like, really, and like you're saying, like, try to ourselves become good. Like one of the Chinese devotees said one day, we need to be like little calves that can milk. The Vaishnavas are like cows. How can we milk them and actually draw out that nectar that's actually in their hearts. And you know, it's like, I don't know, just this feeling, just
And distribute that, right?
yeah. But it's so precious. Like we want to like be very delicate in our dealings with the devotees.
And I find it always so interesting that like really actually the small amount of time spent with devotees, you can learn so much, how they do little things. There's so much opportunity to learn. Little interactions, little like habits, practices, how they spend their day, you know, all these things.
Yeah. And then to go back to Srila Madhusudan Maharaj, I mean, we just see over decades the way that he deals in all circumstances with anyone and everyone, the perfect gentleman, the perfect Vaishnava, always giving honor, always being humble, tolerating any circumstance happily, happily going on, like just the perfect example.
Yeah, I mean, decades and decades and decades of service to Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, you know, of that same, maintaining that same composure and, you know, it never wavered, always been so super consistent. Anyway, saying consistent doesn't really express it more.
Well, but becoming more and more effulgent.
Yeah. Anyway.
And that this is Vasil's sending some amazing pictures from his house into the chat here. From Russia, North Caucasus, Pyatigorsk.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Almost no filters.
We do have some lovely news from London. It's sort of, you know, a little bit early days, but because we are blessed to have Keli, Kadambanana and Abinava Sundar Prabhu here, now some very progressive things have been taking shape. And
absolutely
we
not because
are
of us.
So looking forward.
Delete.
Yeah. How do you
Restart.
stop the recording?
Yeah.
We're very much looking forward to sharing more news about 2026. What's happening here at the BYI, the Bhakti Yoga Institute. Lots and lots of exciting things happening, taking shape, and in the planning. So more details to come. But one we can already announce very happily, and we have already announced, is that we are starting with a wonderful Gita class. just want to reciprocate with Wow.
Oh, impressive. Like fireworks.
Yeah, so we have wow, rockets. Sorry. We're starting with a Gita class led by Srila Devi Prabhu, and it is a 20-week comprehensive, in-depth study of the Gita. And Devi Prabhu has promised that whoever attends will come out of the course with a very, very comprehensive understanding of the Gita, Srila Guru Maharaj's commentary on the Gita. And so this is a wonderful opportunity to participate because, and it can be in person. We'd love to have you all for 20 weeks, obviously, needless to say, but there will also be obviously online streaming. And please check out our Facebook page, I guess, for further details.
18th of February. is
And
the
it
first.
starts the 18th of February, and it is a weekly course that occurs on the Wednesdays.
With and so he has full worksheets, there's homework, there's verses to learn. I mean, it's a serious course.
You have to do homework.
But if those who apply themselves, ourselves included, like we're really keen, will actually, like he said, come out with a very, very comprehensive understanding of the Gita. So it is by registration, so that there is that commitment there by the devotees to do the whole course. But it will also be recorded. If someone misses a lesson, you can go back and watch it.
And I'm going to
Mm.
pop the poster into the chat, but I do have to make sure it's the very last because that looks like. And this is the first of quite a few to come. So watch this space. Watch the Bhakti Yoga Institute space, I'd say.
Yeah, don't watch this.
No, well, yes, do continue to watch it. But... All right.
Are there any questions or last minute comments by anyone? Shama Priya, Devi, Dasi, good to see you. Anybody? Well, there was one, there's one more quote here we had of Guru Maharaj, which could be a nice conclusion maybe. Because we were also saying that, carrying on from this our conversation this morning, that as we are, by the process of chanting the Maha Mantra, and like you were saying, accepting the favorable, rejecting the unfavorable, the process of devotional service, then our confidence in the Lord and his protection develops. And on that topic, we found a quote by Guru Maharaj in Centenary Anthology, and says, everything is his will, Krishna's will. And it is the greatest adventure to search for Krishna, to search for the root of the whole infinite. It needs sufficient courage and preparedness to face the risk, to go to discover the North Pole or the highest peak of the Himalayas needs so much courage and involves risk. Then what to speak of the courage necessary to find out the absolute cause of the whole? Internal courage, spiritual courage is necessary. We are to have soul's courage and have the confidence of deep faith. We are to understand the noble character of the faith within us. Without electricity, we cannot have connection with the moon and other planets. Our hands and eyes cannot contact there. Faith can connect us with the furthest thing. All other methods fail. Faith is substantial. It is not part of an illusion of the mind, like we were saying before, so many misconceptions. But faith is not part of an illusion of the mind. The whole mind is a concocted thing. It is a source of forgery. Faith is not to be found there. Faith is a function of the soul. And you had some thoughts about that recently, about faith being
Oh,
function
yeah.
of the soul.
Yeah.
But anyway, then Guru Maharaj says down there, by faith we can approach the highest, noblest thing, not by our hand or by the help of any mundane elements. That is so. We are to understand the noble character of faith within us.
Mm. Yeah. Because it's within us, right? That's the thing. It's not, we're not disassociated. We're never disassociated from the Lord. We're always connected. We just have to dive deeper into that connection, which is in the faithful plane.
Mm.
Mm.
Anyways. Did anyone else want to say anything before we conclude? Barnaby, Devi, Dasi.
Lila Mayi, Prabhu.
I just want to say, Abinava Prabhu ki jai, Keli Kadambanana ki jai, Rasa Mayi Pandita Devi Dasi ki jai.
And
Amazing class.
All the devotees. Ki jai.
And Srila Madhusudan Maharaj. Ki jai.
Whose grace it is that we're even here, able to meet and try to remember.
And whose fault it is that we are here.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So you can blame him for us.
Anyways.
We did our best. We're happy to be here. We feel grateful to have been here with you all. And please forgive our foolishness.
Yeah. Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jai Srila Govinda Maharaj ki
Jai.
Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda ki
Jai.
jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki
Jai.
jai.
Jai Gaura Prabhu.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Amra Ashchi.
Lovely class. Thank you.
Goodness, then. No.
Yeah.